upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name.
He's talking about the Israelites and spiritual Israel because we know his name. We know his plan. Go ahead.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him.
This is what we got to do. We got to honor God. And it starts now. When you get up in the morning during the day, praise the Lord. Hallelujah him. That's the highest praise. Show him that you love him. Go ahead.
16. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
So how we got to, that's telling us what to do. With long life, we got to satisfy him and show him our salvation. Just want to show you, before we get to these trumpets, to comfort your mind and get into the wilderness of the place of safety. We need to know this. Let's look at another spot. Let's go to Isaiah 35. Oh, man, I can't hardly walk. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm sick. I need my medicine. I hear all these excuses. You know, Israel, we got excuses like a boatload. I'm too old. Mama can't walk. Put mama in a wheelchair. When she get to the wilderness, she will walk then. I'm going to show you she going to walk. If your crippled son, your crippled daughter can't get in there, put them in the wheelchair, get them down, get them to the spot. They will talk. They will walk. And I'm going to show you this. Isaiah chapter 35, we're going to start with verse 1. Let's look at this secret place that we're in and what the power it brings from the ground. Go ahead.
The wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose.
Because it's going to be glad when the people come back to the land. Israel coming back. They're going to rejoice. Go ahead.
It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it. The excellency of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord and the excellency of our God.
What are they going to see? Go ahead.
Strengthen ye with the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees.
He's telling us to make sure we tell the people this. That this wilderness is going to strengthen your weak knees and your hand. If you got carpal tunnel, your hand crippled, whatever it is, handicap, he's going to strengthen you. Go ahead.
Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees.
Go ahead.
Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with the recompense. He will come and save you.
This is our job as Israel. Strengthen the minds of people and tell them. Read the book to them. Before these 7 trumpets, you need to tell them, get in this spot. This is what this wilderness is going to do for your body. Go ahead.
Verse 5, then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped.
Meaning to tell me that people blind gonna see? People that's deaf gonna hear? Yeah, because when your feet hit that wilderness, power gonna run through your body. And it's gonna heal your body. If you tired of being sick, this is the spot. Before the great tribulation, we're gonna be healthy. Go ahead.
Verse 6, then shall the lame man leap as in harps, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert.
See, you got water in that stream. This is going to be a paradise. Paradise. And you worry about Burger King, McDonald's, all these places like this. This stuff's going to be destroyed. You worry about getting a haircut. You worry about all this stuff. Man, it's going to be destroyed. Man, we're going to get to this spot before those 7 trumpets. Go ahead.
Verse 7, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water.
Yes, sir.
In the habitation of dragons, where each lake shall be grass with reeds and rushes.
We're going to have some grass over there. This time, if you look over there outside in the wilderness in Arabia, where that, it's nothing but desert. That's how it looks now. Nothing but desert. But when the people of the land get over there, grass gonna start growing. You're gonna have waters or pool coming up. The trees gonna start growing. They're like, what's going on? They're gonna try to get in there. But them angels gonna be there and cut them off. They ain't gonna be able to get in there. They're gonna destroy whoever try to get in there. This is a spot before the 7 trumpets blow. Get there. Go ahead.
Verse 8, and an highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness.
Wait, we got a highway? Yeah, we got a highway. It's going to be a way of holiness where you're going to walk. Go ahead.
The unclean shall not pass over it.
Wait a minute. The unclean shall not pass over. What do that mean? If your mind is not right on the Lord, He's going to kill you right there. You're not getting in. If you got holding stuff in your mind, holding stuff in your heart, whichever way you want to do it, you need to get it right. Because God gonna look in there and He gonna see it. No, you ain't getting in. I ain't getting in. Keep your head together. Go ahead.
Middle of 8. But it shall be for those, the wayfaring man, through the fools shall not err therein.
He said it's to be for the wayfaring man, meaning that the men and women who are keeping the laws, who understand, no fool's gonna get in there. You foolish, you ain't getting in there. You erring, you gonna cause ruckus, you gonna be all not following the laws of God. God gonna stop that. Ain't nobody crazy getting in there. He ain't coming with this. Go ahead.
Verse 9. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there.
Who is the redeemed? Saints of God who know about this place. No lions. Nothing. Don't worry about all the lions of the safari and all this stuff, all these animals. The world gonna have to deal with that. It said a man running in the house behind a lion chasing. He put a hand on the wall, snake did it. This is what the people gonna have, this is what the wicked look forward to. We're gonna be protected from the animals while this great trumpet blows. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the ransomed of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads.
Yes, sir.
They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away.
We home, y'all. He said the ransom of the Lord, He paid a price, which is His death. He died on the cross for us. That's what the ransom was. Him dying for us. We home. Shall return. Now, since I want to make sure that everybody understands, get it in your mind, you're going to be protected. You're going to be taken care of. If you're taking medicine, you ain't going to need it. If your hands hurt, your hand ain't going to hurt no more. If your kid handicapped, you handicapped, or something going on with you, you're going to be 100% good. Stop worrying about it. Read this book so you can get this faith. Now, let's go to Revelation chapter 7. Let's see what happened to the rest of the world. I just want to get our part out the way. I want to make sure y'all build faith in this. Go back and read these scriptures. Build some confidence and faith with yourself. I can't believe for you. None of us can believe for you. We can only believe for ourselves. But your mind got to be right. My mind got to be right. Let's deal with the rest of the world. God, people seal at this time. Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. Go ahead, brother.
And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
These 4 winds are 4 Gentile nations that God gonna set up to blow on the earth, destruction. It's gonna be World War III, as you want to say it. But these angels will hold them back. They ain't gonna let nothing go down until we get into the wilderness, until we are sealed. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
Wait a minute, the 4 angels were given to hurt what? The earth and the sea. This is the great tribulation. It's gonna hurt it. But listen what he says right here. Verse 3, go ahead.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
He said, hold it back till they get the knowledge and the understanding where to be before these 7 trumpets blow. He gonna give us enough time to build his faith for some of us to get in the wilderness before he hurt the earth. Hold back the destruction angel. Hold back the 4 winds of these Gentile nations that run in the world. Hold it back until I seal the service of God in their head. Now let's get down to the business. Revelation chapter 8 and verse 1 about these 7 trumpets. This is when the great tribulation gonna start. Once we get into the wilderness. If you read on down to Revelation chapter 7, it's 12,000 people of 12,000 men of Israel gonna seal the rest of the world. We might be one of them. We sealing people. He gonna have Israelites in every generation. That's why he said the 12,000 of Judah, Issachar, Naphtali, all the tribes. We don't know what tribe you're from, but if you talk about this word of God, you sealing people. You helping them get to the place of safety and understanding. Israel got to be called out first, the leaders. Revelation chapter 8 and verse 1. Let's see what happened to the people that on the earth that didn't get in the wilderness. Go ahead, verse 1.
And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour.
Yes, sir.
And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given seven trumpets.
So these seven angels got the seven trumpets and they blowing. They blowing. They telling the destruction to hit the earth. Jump down to verse 6. Let's look at them. Go ahead.
And the seven angels which had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound.
Prepare themselves to sound to do what? Go ahead.
The first angel sounded, and there followed hell and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up.
This is what this angel is bringing. A third part of the trees and the grass is burnt up, but not in the wilderness. We're going to have turf over there, chilling. Good. This is what the people that going to happen to the people that get caught outside. Go ahead.
And the second angel sounded, and as it were, a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood.
So a third part of the sea become blood. This is what you got to look forward to. That's your water. The water ain't going to be polluted if you get caught over here. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed.
So the ships and the creatures in the sea, so much for fishing. Trying to get something to eat, it's going to be hard. And the man of sin going to have control over all the natural resources on his side. And the only way you're going to get this natural resource from him, you got to have a mark in your right hand and your forehead. You don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. This is why God gave us the blueprint of the seven trumpets, so we can get to the spot before the great tribulation starts. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of waters.
Go ahead.
And the name of the star is called wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters, because they were made bitter.
That wormwood made the water bitter. Very little water. You think you thirsty now? Get caught outside the wilderness. A lot of people gonna die. We talking about these are three trumpets that blown. Three trumpets. Now we can finna go to the rest of it. Go ahead, verse 12.
And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise.
He gonna destroy the third part of the second heaven. The light ain't gonna shine right. But we're gonna have a good time over there in that wilderness. Go ahead.
And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound.
Them angels simply and say, one, y'all look out. They're looking from up there saying, look out. Because they see the destruction coming. They see it. But many of us don't see it. We think we smooth sailing because we got a little money in our pocket. Money ain't gonna count right here. We got cars, we got clothes, all that stuff gonna be burned up. Where you gonna waste the joys at anyway? Where you gonna do all that stuff? Man, you're gonna be somewhere trying to find something to eat, and it's gonna be hard. Let's go to Revelation 9. Let's continue now. We're dealing with these seven trumpets. Get in the spot. Revelation 9 and verse 1. When you get it, brother, go ahead.
And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Who's that star? Satan. He's controlling the nations. He always controlling these Gentile nations. And what did God say in 1 Corinthians? Gentiles worship devils. They don't know it, but they're going to find out who they really follow now. Here come the military right here. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
The pit is the earth. He's controlling. This ain't talking about he digging something in the ground, got something in the ground. No. The pit is the earth. This was all the destruction that's going on. He's going to open it up. He's going to put people to fight. Weapons. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power.
This is military weapons, equipment. He ain't talking about no serpent, no scorpion or locusts. Like, he looking at, you got to understand, John is looking at a helicopter in his time. A helicopter back in the day, he said, man, what is this? This look like a locust. What does a tank look like? Oh, this look like a scorpion with a tail. He don't describe it for what he's saying by the animal at his time. But we know right now what is that. That's military war weapons, equipment. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads.
So if you ain't got the seal of God in your forehead, it's going to hurt you. Especially if you take that mark of the beast, it's going to hurt you real good. Go ahead.
And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh the man.
These chemicals, they spraying on these people. If they gonna want to die, but they can't die. Because they didn't get to the spot. They ain't think gonna be that bad. Jeff, it ain't that bad. We gonna be raptured out of here. How you gonna be raptured out of here when Jesus come on the 7th trump? 6 of them got the blow. Jesus come on the 7th. So what you gonna be doing before that time? You're gonna be caught up in this great tribulation if you're not in the wilderness protecting yourself. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
They wanted to kill themselves, but they couldn't even kill themselves. Seeking death. This is what these 7 trumpets are blowing. This is why God said, remember, keep this feast, come together, and read about it. Read about it. Go ahead.
And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men.
He's looking at the metal of the equipment. Looking at the metal, he's just describing the best way he can through animals. Go ahead.
And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
Go ahead.
And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running about.
You ever heard a plane crank up? You ever heard a helicopter crank up? Sound like a lot of people running, a lot of horses running. He hearing the sound of this. This was going on in that 5th trumpet. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months.
Yes, sir. That's that chemical warfare. Go ahead.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit.
Wait a minute. Who's that angel? Satan. He's over them. He running this. Go ahead.
Whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon.
That's destruction and destroyer. Go ahead.
One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 more woes hereafter.
He said, man, you got 2 more to go after this. Go ahead.
And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God.
Go ahead.
Saying to the 6 angels which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
If you go find out what the great river Euphrates, we got a map up here, you'll see. He said, loose the angels. So them, that nation, which is Russia, China, Japan, that 200 million man army gonna come across that Euphrates river and destroy whatever they see. He want them to make sure to loose those 7, the man's gonna loose it so they can come across. He giving us clues. And these pastors said that we New Testament church. They ain't even read Revelation. This is very, very important. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men.
Oh, 3rd part of men gonna get killed. So much for men just escaped. 3rd part of men. You got a pie. That's a 1/3 of a circle. 3rd, and all the men dead. So if you're in the military at that time, man, you might not want to be here, because the majority of them going to be killed, military people. Go ahead.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them.
That is 200 million man army. That's on the other side, right here, of the kings of the east and the north over here, that Russia, China, and Japan. Coming across the what? The Euphrates River. We know what we're talking about. But actually, Pastor, why are you reading this? This is very important for your safety, and most of all, your salvation. Our salvation and safety. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone.
This is what this equipment is doing, just firing weapons. Now understand this, at this time, God still give people enough time to repent. And they won't do it. Let me show you what verse we at.
18.
Go ahead.
Verse 18, by these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths.
Yes, sir.
For their power is in their mouth, and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and they had heads, and with them they do hurt.
John ain't never seen a gun. He ain't never seen a military weapon. The tail is talking about a gun he's shooting or whatever it is. He ain't never seen it, so he described it the best way he can. But look at what happened to these men. Go ahead.
Verse 20, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands.
See, they ain't even repented. They seeing all this stuff happen. There's some person that mind is locked up and thinking that, I don't know why God doing this to me. I ain't did nothing. If you read the book, you understand what's going on. You just got to get through the Great Tribulation. There's going to be a lot of people get through the Great Tribulation now. I ain't saying that all is lost because they're not in the wilderness, but I don't want to go through that. You can do it. I don't want to do it. You try to save your sister, your brother, your uncle, your auntie, and all this stuff, and you get caught up. Hey, every man for himself right now. Every man for himself. If you want to do that, fine, but Jeff is not going to do that. You better follow me. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils, and idols of gold, and silver, and brass, and stone, and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk.
Still holding on to that money. That gold, that silver, all that stuff, they still worshiping them idols, them statues. Man, at this time, that stuff ain't gonna be worth nothing. This how mad this man is in his mind. And we talking about one man too, not just men. Go ahead.
21. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
So they still fornicating around this time. Neither repented from it. Because what? These preachers do not preach this. They do not tell people, look, man, you need to get married. Look, woman, you need to get married. You can't fornicate. These folks still doing this. Around this time, when the seventh trumpet blows. You finished with that? Let's go back to Revelation chapter 6. Let's finish off with the sixth trumpet. Revelation 6 and verse 12. Very important to understand. And make sure you understand this. Jesus hasn't came yet. He hasn't came yet. So much for the rapture. I'm going to show you that we're gonna do something with that rapture. We're going to throw it away and ball it up in the trash. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12. Let's look at the sixth trumpet. Go ahead.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood.
This is a sign. This is the coming of Jesus. When that sun becomes black as a sackcloth, and the moon is blood, we know this is the coming of Jesus. At that sixth trump. He's almost here. Go ahead.
And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs,
yes,
when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
So God is going to destroy the heavens, and you're going to see what's up there. You're going to see what's up there. You're going to see him. And they're going to see him for about, some say about what, 6 months, 3 months, or whatever it is, I don't know, but you're gonna see what's behind that solar, this second heaven. Where the stars, moon, the sun, all that, he gonna roll it back like a scroll, and he gonna destroy that. So you can see what's going on. Who bringing this pain? Go ahead.
15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
Wait, why they hiding themselves? Because they see. They really said, this is a Negro up there in the sky. He black. Because Jesus is black. You have to understand what this generation sees right now. Like, this is really true. It's a hide us from him. What else? Go ahead.
And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Whoa, so you're going to be able to see Jesus sitting on the throne right there. And people say, man, I ain't never heard this before. Fire your pastor. Fire him right now. Go get with Israel so you can get some salvation. Right. We are living in this time. Go ahead.
17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Who gonna stand? Because guess what? Jesus got to fight too now. He got to fight also. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 again. Let me show you something right here. Let's see, when does Jesus come? Because you got a lot of people saying, I'm going to escape that through the rapture. I don't care what you got to say, Jeff. We're not going to go through the great tribulation. Okay. Let's see what the book say about you going through the great tribulation. Now, you say you're going to be with Jesus now. Let's see when Jesus is going to come back. Matthew chapter 24, we're going to start at verse 25. These for these people saying that Jesus is going to rapture them out of here. We're going to find out when he's going to come. Verse 25, go ahead.
Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chamber, believe it not.
Because he can't come unless those 6 trumpets have blown. The word real important that we understand that. He cannot come unless those 6 trumpets blown. He come on the 7th, which is the last. Go ahead.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Wait a minute, lightning from the east and the west? That means you see everything. So much for a secret rapture. What's secret about this? Every eye gonna see him. Every ear, every tongue gonna confess. Everybody gonna say, look. And you said it's gonna be a secret rapture. Come on, man. Go ahead.
28. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Because there's going to be a lot of dead people from the wars and the great tribulation. Go ahead. Let's see when he's going to come back. Go ahead.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
Yes, sir.
And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Wait a minute. Verse 29 said, immediately after the tribulation. What's that? Those 6 trumpets has to blow. That's why the memorial trumpet is so important that we understand. So we won't be out here just thinking about, oh, he can come any day now. He cannot. Jesus cannot come any day now.
That's right, bro.
This is what they tell us.
Amen.
You can be raptured out of here just like that, and your clothes folded up on the bed. This stupid stuff they have on TVN, Left Behind. We seen all that stuff when we were coming up.
That's right.
Man, he said, this is nothing secret. He coming immediately after those 6 trumpets blow. Go ahead.
31. 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
You're going to see him coming. He'll be riding on the white horse, coming. And you say, oh yeah, here comes Jesus. Oh, Jesus got a sword in their hand. And then you're going to be up there with him, coming with the sword to kill everything that's moving. Everything that's moving, you're going to kill that's not of his. Go ahead.
31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the 4 winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
So this is the first resurrection. He gathers up to where? The second heaven.